Now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk Hookup. Get ready for more of the best fishing information and the hottest tips on improving your angling skills. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here. Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And by Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. And now, Southern California's sports fishing voice, the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray and Rock Cod Rick Maxa.
Welcome back, hour number 2. Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, and the Mighty 1090 studio with our buddy Adam. Ryan's off today, gallivanting around somewhere. So we got our buddy Adam not only covering the board, but he's covering the phones and everything. So
he's the man.
Good, big kudos to our buddy.
Yeah, thanks, Adam.
Thanks. And Pat McDonell from Western Outdoor News is here, talking all kinds of great stuff, tournaments and events and digital copies and
we're having fun, man.
That's a lot going on.
It is a lot going on. If you want to join in on all the stuff that's going on this morning, you can do that too. We'd love to hear from you on Let's Talk Hookup this morning. There's 2 ways you can reach us on the phones. First is with our local line. That number is 858 area code 457-1090. Again, 858-457-1090. Or you can reach us toll-free. That toll-free number, 877-792-1090. One more time, 877-792-1090. Not only talking fishing, not only talking tournaments and all the great stuff going on with Western Outdoor News, we're also giving away a really cool prize today. One lucky caller at the end of the show today is going to get to go fishing with Captain Ryan Bostian aboard the San Diego on a 3-quarter-day trip. They have just been seeing such awesome fishing, that great yellowtail fishing earlier in the year. And the thing I like so much about that San Diego, when the passport thing happened, they said, okay, well, we're just going to go offshore for a couple of days and see how it goes. And lo and behold, bluefin offshore, yellowtail offshore, yellowfin yesterday. I mean, it's just
in U.S. waters.
They're just making it happen, as they always do. So a great 3-quarter-day trip going to one lucky caller at the end of the show today. And again, if you want to get through, 858-457-1090 is your best way to get through.
All right, time for the Catch Report.
You got it. It's time for our Catch Report, and that FishDope.com report today is sponsored in part by the Sato Crimp and Winder Company, where they only make products that work. If you want to end connection failures, you need to use that Sato Crimp Kit for everything from school-sized tuna to record-sized tuna. With all brass crimps and other features, it's better than ever. It's the favorite connection method for the Royal Star, the Royal Polaris, the American Angler, and most of the other top boats. If you haven't already, you should make it your preferred connection for Spectra de Mono or Spectra Fluorocarbon. Get it at selected tackle stores like Fisherman's Lining Tackle, the Longfin, or at SatoCrimpandWinder.com.
Indeed. Let's go ahead and start with our FishDope.com report. No, actually, we're going to start with Captain Buzz Brisbane.
A little bonus.
Yeah, bonus offer from Captain Buzz on the Prowler. Good morning, Buzz.
Hey, Buzz.
Good morning, Pete, Rick, and Tad. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Great.
Doing great.
The cover shot this week, Captain Buzz.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, looking good, Buzz.
That was very, very neat.
Cool-looking fish, too. That's awesome. Great cover.
Yellowfin tuna local in May is awesome all by itself. But yeah, that's a good-looking fish.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That just outstanding sign locally of bluefin yesterday offshore, in addition to the yellowtail that's been around. And it just looks like it keeps building, which is quite interesting.
Yeah.
Awesome news. And now, were you guys out this week? We going this week? What's going on in the Prowler?
We're going tonight on a day-and-a-half trip, and that is a definite go. We're going to be fishing bluefin in U.S. waters, and we also have another one scheduled for Tuesday night that we'll be fishing Wednesday.
And the weather looks really, really good this week.
Gosh, it does, doesn't it? I mean, it looks excellent.
Yeah.
And the sign that was seen yesterday, I just can't wait to hear some of the reports that are going to come out from guys that are on the grounds today. They've really got a good opportunity.
That's cool. And you guys are going into this knowing, too, that exactly that. You know, where it's been. We've got spotter plane information that you'll have to run off of. You'll have fishing. So, I mean, Prowler, you know where you're going and that fish is around, and all we got to do now is go catch them.
You just got to get out there and make them bite.
Yeah, as you know, I know Ken probably talked to you too about the spotter plane was up, the SAC spotter plane was up, seeing just massive quantities of tuna.
He talked to me yesterday about it, and I didn't want to steal his thunder, but yes, he did. I thought it was very impressive to hear about that amount of fish this close to San Diego.
Yeah.
So cool, Buzz.
Well, if somebody wants to come aboard the Prowler tonight, day and a half, how do we do it?
Call Fisherman's Landing at 619-221-8500 and ask for the Prowler.
And just book online if you want to. Just go to fishermanslanding.com and link that right through the Let's Talk Hookup website and book right online.
Thanks, Pete. I'm glad you always remember that.
No problem, Buzz.
Nice
Have
job,
a great
Buzz.
trip. Good luck. Hopefully you'll call us tomorrow during the show and tell us how many fish you're catching.
Okay, great. You guys have a great show there this morning.
Thanks, Buzz. Appreciate that. Let's continue with our catch report and talk to that fishdope.com reporter, our man, the private boater buddy, Captain Mark Wish of Pacific Edge is on the line. What's up, Mark?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, Pete. Good morning, Pat. Guys, what a week for the Southern California private boaters. Oh, my God.
Not bad, huh?
Weather came down, the fish came up, and it's just been game on. Now, there is no doubt that Bluefin Fever is sweeping the coast. It's just been crazy here this week. And, just like Buzzy was just saying a minute ago, the boats are seeing this literally tonnage of fish. But especially yesterday, bluefin can be bluefin, all show and no go. You got to angle hard to get these things, guy. They don't always bite all that well for, what you're seeing sometimes. Now, there's been a few troll fish, some fish caught on the Halcos and Rapalas and Ozuris and cedar plugs and jetheads and stuff like that. They're getting a few, and some of them have been whoppers, man. There's been fish over 100 pounds caught here on the troll there. But one of the best things to troll right now is a live sardine. Get in the area of where you're seeing that life and just drop back a couple sardines. Something you can't really do on a sport boat, but you certainly can on a private boat. And slow trolling sardines when they're not biting all that good is one of the best ways to get them. One of the best scores yesterday was caught exactly like that. If you guys are fishing kelps, same thing. You got to be patient. Keep a little onesie going with the chum. Keep a little chunk line going. Steady chunks is a good thing. Smaller hooks, like a 2-0 size hook, 30 and 40 pound fluorocarbon, because some of these are just beautiful grade of fish, and you can't go too light because you're just going to get destroyed. But to be a good bluefin fisherman, it's like being a good sea bass fisherman. You got to be patient and you got to be intentional. You got to work hard for these things. But there's huge areas of fish up above the border here, from like the corner to the 43 to the 182 is one zone. 289, 181, 209, 312, that's kind of another zone, but scattered all the way up to outside the rigs where we've been fishing yellowtail. The guys saw a bluefin jumping around yesterday. And on Thursday, a skiff got like a 90-pounder off of a kelp 10 miles off in front of Newport Beach. So those things are everywhere. You guys want to fish every single kelp.
This is so cool, dude. This is so cool.
Now, that 90-pounder, jig or bait?
No, that was bait. They stopped on a little kelp, the first bait. They caught a nice yellowtail, and they threw a couple more baits out. They hooked 2 fish. One guy got spooled instantly, and the other guy got his like 40 minutes later. It was a nice one.
I'm sure you heard the story about Mark Mills from Shimano on his bass boat. It's a
I did not hear
like
that.
a Lund bass boat, and he was fishing out offshore because the weather was good.
Yeah, went to the 181.
Yeah, and hooked a big one. He got a big yellow, and then hooked a big one on a Colt Sniper. Fought it for like 2 hours and lost it.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Well, the best fish landed I've heard of up here on a private boat's been, I think, 131. And there's been a number of fish between 100 and 125 like that. And, I had friends that were fishing Thursday. They said they had them big ones jumping around the boat. They weren't biting, but
they're out there.
The stuff's around. And on that subject, for you guys that want to take advantage of kite fishing, kites were invented to fish bluefin tuna in Southern California. Everybody thinks those Florida guys figured it out for sailfish. Not true. That was invented right here 100 years ago for fishing bluefin around Catalina, and that's why. They love biting a bait dangling from that kite. So my guess is there's going to be a lot of kite fishing with all these bluefin showing up around here too. But a couple more things I want to mention here, guys. There's been some yellowfin pushing up. Another marlin was hooked while fishing a kelp, and then along the coast, big volume of...
Oh, don't do that, man. I was into that.
Oh.
No.
There it is. Okay.
I was going to say, don't go away. I was into that.
And then, we still there?
Yeah, we still got you. Yeah.
A lot of beeping and stuff going on here, but a lot of yellows off that 150 area, and then another big area in the La Jolla zone. Danny was telling me a classic Dannyism, dumb, stupid, good this morning off of La Jolla for those yellows. And then to wrap it up, a little bit of sea bass showing up, little squid and little sea bass at Catalina, and then here's a little grist for the rumor mill. You guys are going to love this one, and it has the ring of truthfulness to it. So one of my customers was in San Quintin over the weekend on Saturday. He was talking to a commercial Ponga guy, one of the guys that runs off the beach there 15, 20 miles, whatever, and sets his long lines. He caught a wahoo Thursday and Friday of last week.
Come on.
Now, I didn't see pictures, just a story, but it was a general conversation, and it just checks with everything else being so crazy early.
Why not?
As Ron Lane would say, it can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they snuck up on us last year, so personally, any plug that I'm dropping back is going to be rigged on wire, man. They're not catching me unawares this year.
Yeah.
That's cool, Mark.
Well,
Great
as
report.
you know, Danny has the dope. If you want the fish dope, it's on fishdope.com, and you can save $20 right now on a membership. Use the code lowercase, no space, Hookup Now. Hookup Now is the code to save you $20 on a new membership for fishdope.com. And Mark, how do we find you?
B, we're on the corner of Bolsa Chica and Edinger in Huntington Beach. Our phone number is 714-840-4262. Web's PacificEdgeTackle.com. And like I said, when I drop that plug in the water tomorrow morning, it's probably going to be rigged on wire.
Okay.
Go get him, Mark.
And it will be May. If you catch it.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. I mean, it's literally bordering on unbelievable what's happening out here right now.
What's going to happen, yeah. Thanks, Mark, and we'll talk to you next Saturday to hear your Wahoo report.
You know, you might be laughing, and so am I, but somebody's going to have one here real soon, I bet.
We're going with it. All right, Mark. Talk to you next week.
Thanks a lot for that. All right, let's head on down to San Diego, over to Seaforth Sport Fishing, and talk to our good buddy Marcos. Marcos, what's going on at Seaforth?
Good morning, guys. I think you got a pretty good idea of what I'm going to be telling you right there from the last report there. Lots of good fishing mixed around there. The half-day trip, we'll start with them. Yesterday, or actually 2 afternoons ago, had 70 yellowtail.
On a half day?
On a half day. They had 10 that morning. Slowed down a little bit yesterday. They had 10 in the morning, 12 in the afternoon. It's going to happen. You know, it's people find out really quick when there's yellowtail out there. A lot of people out there fishing. There's a lot of fish around. Obviously, you're not going to guarantee 70 yellowtail every trip, but they're out there looking around for those yellowtail. Still thinking a bit of other stuff in there. Some rockfish on some of those trips, but as long as that yellowtail's there, they're going to go looking for that. The twilight trip last night, also, you know, it's twilight season right now. They had 7 calico bass they kept. They released 86 of them. They had a good chunk of rockfish. They had 32 rockfish, 13 red, some other bottom fish there. Lots of options on the half day there. The 3-core days right now, fishing offshore, looking for bluefin. Yesterday they had 7 bluefin, a yellowfin, handful of bonita there. It's not quite the numbers we want yet, but like you said, it's May. They're catching bluefin on the 3-quarter day. It's going the right direction. Everything's just getting better here. Got our overnight boats out there. Got some day and a halves out there waiting to hear from them. Definitely some good fishing last week, and hopefully we'll see some more of that. Check the website, seaforthlanding.com. Whether you want to take a shot those half day and get some yellowtail, maybe go on the twilight, nice relaxing fishing, catch some bass there, go on that 3-quarter day, look for tuna. I mean, lots of options for you. Seaforthlanding.com. You can check the schedule up there. You can make reservations directly online. And it's that time of year where, you know, we don't mind talking to you guys at all, but sometimes a little bit quicker. If you're online looking at that schedule, just make a reservation online instead of calling and getting put on hold while everyone else is making the reservations.
That's a good call. And like you said before, I mean, the online system is the exact same system that you're plugging info into. So, I mean, a savvy guy can be at home in a couple of clicks and grab a spot, especially when things get really hopping. You can slide in there and grab a spot, especially when a hot trip comes up.
Absolutely. I mean, if you see, 3 or 4 spots left, you want to grab that, and you got your credit card out, you can be done in a few minutes. Said, if you want to call, we'll talk to you. We'll absolutely do it that way. Also, it's the same information either way. If you do want to call the office, 619-224-3383. We're fully staffed right now. It's summertime. Nice weather, great fishing. Definitely give us a call. Either way, we're more than happy to get you on the boat and get you out there fishing. 70
yellows on the half day and bluefin and yellowfin on the 3-quarter day, Marco. Sounds like it's a pretty darn good time to go to Seaforth. Appreciate it. Great report as always, and we'll look forward to hearing another one next week.
One more warning, if you are coming down here or actually anywhere at the beach tomorrow, Rock and Roll Marathon's happening tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
They've gotten pretty good at, arranging the stuff. Pretty much everything is the 5 freeway and east there. But that doesn't matter. It starts to back up on SeaWorld Drive there, and even when they're flowing smoothly, that line gets big. Give yourself extra time getting to the beach, whether you're coming fishing, you're coming to the beach. Definitely keep an eye out for that. Check their website. They have all their road closures and alternate routes up there.
There you
go. Good call, Marcos.
Thanks, Marcos. Appreciate that. We'll talk to you next Saturday.
We'll talk to you then, guys.
All right, well, that's going to wrap up our Catch Report for today. Again, sponsored in part by Job Site Supply, specializing in the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing trades with lines like Milwaukee Electric Tools. We personally know these guys and have fished with them, too. They're hardcore anglers, and they're very serious when it comes to dependable job site delivery and the best in Milwaukee tools. Check out JobSiteSupplyCo.com for more details.
Think Skeet's out fishing today?
I have no question.
No question about it.
I know he is, and I'll tell you why, and that's because we filled all of his reels at Fisherman's Landing Tackle Shop because he said he was busy and he had this going. He just did the drop off and run and picked him up in the afternoon. So I know that he is, as a matter of fact.
He might
took care of all his gear.
Marlin, huh?
I wouldn't be a bit surprised if there's a first fish guy that I'm putting my money on. It would be Skeet.
Skeet would be
sure.
the man. Yeah, that's the kind of guy they are at Job Site Supply. They're fishermen and they're good at what they do.
That's the truth. Hey, let's jump back into the phones. We're going to talk to Mario, calling us from Rancho Cucamonga. Good morning, Mario. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, Pete and Rick and Pat. How you guys doing?
Doing
Great.
Well, my question for today, I got two questions. I'm actually out here in Orlando, Florida, but I'll be doing some fishing down in Mexico, Cancun area next week, on vacation with the family. My question though is that the local bluefin, they seem to be kind of sinking out when you pull up on them on a private boat, with a lot of boat pressure and stuff. What could the private boater do to maybe improve his odds at hooking one of those bluefin that are sinking out on the when the private boats pull up on them? Hello?
Well, I don't know. It's a good question. It's a very typical thing when you get on any boat that they take off. We were talking a little bit about the kite. If you know how to run the kite, they've been doing really well. It allows you to fish heavier line. The fish are very sensitive. I would say another method that you guys are using for are really like 1 ounce lead heads cast into with a 4-inch swim bait, which seems to be just casting in. But sinking them out, I mean, it's just it's just going to happen. They're very, very sensitive to any kind of pressure at all.
The biggest thing,
I don't know. Maybe Rick, you might have some things. It's frustrating, but
it's bluefin.
Be mindful. Be very mindful about your approach, and that's such a big thing. Keep in mind a couple things. When you see that spot of fish, don't get the tuna fever and go blazing into it because you want to get it before it goes down. If that fish is up on bait, obviously you need to get there in time while it's still going, but be very mindful about your approach. And you being the guy driving the boat, think about where your fishermen are and how they are going to get to it. And probably the most effective way for a small boat that doesn't have a ton of bait on board that can basically get them off of whatever bait they're on and get them onto your bait. Meaning as a sport boat comes up and they can throw, swing after swing after swing of bait at those things, it gets them off of the bait, it gets them fired up on the chum, and they flash the boat and you hook a couple. Private boats, you don't really have the opportunity to do that. I mean, sure, you can throw some bait, but that doesn't exist. So usually the most popular way of getting them, at least in the way that they are right now, when they're on spots of bait jumping around under birds, is with some kind of a smaller, heavy chrome jig. Something like that Colt Sniper, a 4-ounce jig that can be cast a long way, and fish it on your long rod like you'd fish a yellowtail. I mean, they are big fish, and they are taxing, but that's the way to get them right now. And then you get an idea of exactly how far your anglers can cast and set your boat up that far away, basically keeping as much distance from the fish as you can. Approach it slow, don't go flying up to the thing. So be mindful about your approach and get your cast into that spot of fish. And, you basically be easy when you roll up on them and stay as far off the fish as you can. It will keep them up as long as possible.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's a very huge key right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. Hey, we have our Islander kayak trip leaving Wednesday evening.
Yeah.
We want you down at Fisherman's Landing at 6 p.m. on Wednesday. I'm going.
All right.
I looked at the weather. I got to be honest with you. I looked at the weather.
Made sure it was good.
Looked at the closure at the island. We're good.
Yeah, good weather and the island's open.
And then John told me on the last kayak trip they caught 30 yellows. Yeah, so I'm going.
That sealed the deal for you?
Yeah. So Ron Lane's going. I know the crew from Fast Lane's going with us. There's one spot left.
Oh, nice.
One spot left. If you want to grab that last spot on our Let's Talk Hookup, Shimano Let's Talk Hookup on the water seminar, Islander kayak, day and a half, leaves Wednesday night, fish Thursday, back early Friday morning. You call Fisherman's Landing Tackle.
Right.
Now, right away.
Yeah,
and
part of
grab that last spot. And you guys will take the reservation. And the trip includes $330, includes all your food. And if you do need a kayak, there is one kayak left to rent for $50.
There you go.
So
And
additional.
Part of that Shimano Let's Talk Hookup on the Water seminar series, which are all booked through different tackle stores.
Right.
This one happens to be booked through Fisherman's Landing Tackle, and it's a really cool. It's a cool trip. If you have a kayak, you fish in the bay, you fish in La Jolla, and you haven't done one of these mothership trips, they make it so easy for you. The Islanders set up with that giant swim platform in the back of the boat. You literally walk down a step ladder onto a giant platform and just get into your kayak, and you pedal the pedal a couple of times, or you paddle your paddle, whatever kind of boat you have, and next thing you know, you're fishing in San Clemente, yellows and halibut and sea bass and that crazy good calico bass fishing at San Clemente.
Plus, Joe from Shimano's bringing a ton of tackle for you to use.
There you go.
As part of the deal, a bunch of brand new Shimano tackle. So grab that spot. Call Fisherman's Landing Tackle 221-8506 in the 619 area code and grab that last spot.
That's it. It's on. All right. Hey, let's jump right back into the phones. Phones are packed up. How about this time we talked to Jeff, called us from Hemet this morning. Good morning, Jeff. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Oh, thank you. Good morning. I got a couple of questions.
All right.
I've got a 19-foot Triton fishing ski. I want to know if that would be stable enough to take out past the breakwaters along the coast.
I would say, everything is dependent on weather, but most 19-foot, style boats for when you say out past the breakwater, if you're fishing local kelp beds and things like that, probably would be a plenty seaworthy vessel.
There, right, Pat?
Oh yeah, sure. I got an 18-foot boat. I mean, it's not what you've got, but it's rigged up. But But I can take that thing out 30 miles. It depends on the weather.
Sure.
You just have to be aware. I've taken it to Catalina 3 times, taken it to down to
you have an 18-foot boat, and you've taken it to Catalina 3 times.
At San Clemente Island.
Wow.
It's like it's like a little mini 28-foot sport fisher, but they condensed it into 18 feet. And it has a new engine on it. So if you're confident and you're looking at the weather and you're smart now, and then you have to be willing to kind of adjust. You can't sit there and say, well, I'm just going to keep fishing and the wind's coming up. Get home.
Yeah.
But no, I see that a lot. And no, you're fine. Just go fishing. Just make sure it's got a good bait tank on it, and make sure everything is squared away. And then you can feel very confident about taking that boat into the kelp beds and out 8 to 10 miles. You're fine.
All right. Hey, Jeff, have a great time. Catch a big fish. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. Let's go to the sky. The SAC spotter plane is on the line. Good morning.
Morning. How's it going?
Great. Now, I didn't get your name. Everybody just calls you a sack spotter.
Still Drew.
It's still Drew.
Okay. What's
Drew.
up, Drew?
Nice to hear from you again.
Not too much. Well, as you guys know, the weather's been subpar for quite a while here. So yesterday was my first day out in a while, but I didn't make it out till about 2 o'clock and started heading out. And the weather wasn't perfect. It wasn't a mirror, but it was pretty good. And I was about 700 feet with limited horizontal visibility. I could see the fish from about 10 miles away. There was a huge area out there. I mean, I saw probably 30 schools and just in probably a 10-mile radius, and I didn't really venture too far off from that. And we're talking thousands of fish, thousands of tons of fish.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, no way, Drew.
Was it mostly bluefin?
It was all bluefin as far as I could tell. It was kind of dark, but
and this is on the U.S. side.
A lot of meat, huh?
This is on the U.S. side.
This is in U.S. waters.
In U.S. waters. Oh boy!
Right?
Yep.
And
so I'm going to be headed out there in a little bit today and help the guys out today.
And like you
I'll
said,
be overhead in about 45 minutes if I can get under the marine layer here.
And this, like you were saying, Drew, this wasn't hundreds and hundreds of miles away. This is all within the local range of our local fleet.
Correct. Yeah.
Awesome.
I can't say too much about that, but yeah. And it's not just there. That's just the major biomass. There's fish of all sizes.
Wow. And Drew, that's your job. SAC, Sport Fishing Association of California, and the members pay you to put their boats on fish.
Yep. I go out scouting for them every once in a while, and then when there's a lot of the fleet out, I go and work with them. Fly overhead and put them on fish and
put them on kelp,
buzz them, and yep.
All right. Awesome.
So
well,
cool,
this
Drew.
is just the first one of the season. I know you're going to give us a call on a regular basis, Drew. And
I'll be out today. I'm going to try to get some photos and send them in for you guys if I get the conditions. So.
Okay, great. We'll put them up on our Facebook page.
So cool. Very cool, Drew.
Thanks, Drew.
Sounds
Appreciate that. Great information. Keep up the great work, and look forward to hearing from you probably again next weekend, huh?
Yep. Yep, I'll be calling in. Have a good one.
Thanks very much. Appreciate that.
All right. Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of your phone calls. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Everyone likes special treatment, kind of feel like a VIP. Well, that's how our listeners are treated at Poway Valley Collision. I have personally heard of several stories of how well our friends Jim and Mary take care of their customers that we sent them. Poway Valley Collision is worth the drive from anywhere in the Southland. We know you may not need them today, but when accidents happen, it pays to go to Poway Valley Collision. And listen to this. Our listeners get a special discount that can save you hundreds of dollars on your car or truck repair. Just tell them you listen to the show and you get the deal. They work with most insurance companies, including Auto Club, MetLife, Wawanesa, and more. Just bring your car or truck to them and let Poway Valley Collision do the rest. I have had my truck repaired at Poway Valley Collision, and the job was perfect. So get your vehicle fixed right at Poway Valley Collision. Tell them you listen to Let's Talk Hookup, and they'll save you money on your repair. Poway Valley Collision, 14211 Garden Road in Poway. Check PowayValleyCollision.com.
Here's important news from Searcher Sport Fishing. Our 2015 schedule is now available at SearcherSportFishing.com. This is Captain Art Taylor. After an outstanding 2014 season, I promise our trips will fill fast. The Searcher offers great service, awesome food, air-conditioned cabins, an RSW system to preserve your catch, and plenty of room at the rail. Call Celia at 619-226-2403. That's 619-226-2403, or book online today at SearcherSportFishing.com.
It's time for our Power Pro 60-second seminar. And like we always say, on your next fishing trip, you got to get the Power Pro advantage. Bluefin. Picky Bluefin. Power Pro.
That's it, man. Nothing makes your bait swim better than being attached to Power Pro. The diameter of Power Pro is so much less than the diameter of the same size monofilament. Then it's all about drag in the water. If you have a rope that's 6 inches around, or if you have a rope that's 2 inches around, it's a lot easier to tow the rope that's 2 inches. Well, that's how your bait works. Your bait is able to swim better, he looks more natural, and he's going to get bit better, and that's the difference between having your bait tow a bunch of Power Pro around or a bunch of big, heavy mono.
No question. Even fishing the jig, like you're fishing the Colt Sniper, man, it's going to sink faster,
sure,
less diameter, and more solid hookup.
That's it.
So get it. Power Pro, whatever your favorite color is. The red is mine. What about you?
I like white offshore. I can see what I'm doing.
There you go. Good idea. Power Pro at your favorite tackle store, or check out PowerPro.com.
Good morning, it's Whitney from Mammoth Lakes, California. Come on up, the water's fine, is what the Eastern Tier is touting. And in Mammoth Lakes, it's much more than just the water. This summer, our 4 lakes will be stocked with almost 16,000 pounds of healthy fighting trout. From fishing and biking to hiking and horseback riding, there's a legendary story waiting for adventurers of all ages in Mammoth Lakes. Start planning your next adventure at visitmammoth.com. That's visitmammoth.com.
If you've heard the advice Scott Sherman from Fifth Avenue Insurance has given anglers over the past couple of years, you know there is much more to your boat insurance than just a low rate. Well, Fifth Avenue Insurance can not only find you the lowest rates on your boat insurance, they also make sure the coverage you get meets all your needs. What if you had an accident with the boat and found out you didn't have proper coverage? Well, that just won't happen when you insure with Fifth Avenue Insurance. Call them for advice on your current boat policy or any of your insurance needs. Fifth Avenue Insurance, 619-640-3130, or check the number 5 THAVEINS.com.
When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know: CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest that's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere. Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
Let's go to... Oh, God, isn't he in Nashville?
We're going a long way.
We're
going east for sure.
Our buddy,
we're going
Gary
east.
Schiebler from the Thursday Night Fishing Club. What do you get your Jones in to come catch a tuna, Gary?
I correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought I heard somebody say this morning that 70 yellowtail were caught on a half day.
Oh, yeah, it's
yes.
no big deal.
No big
Just a little afternoon half-day score on the new Seaforth, 70 yellows. No biggie.
We got a wide-open crappie bite here up to 3/4 pounds. It just doesn't make it whole. And then bluefin and yellowfin on the 3/4 day.
Gary, this is going to be the year. You better come out.
I got I can't get back in. You know, once you leave California, you can't get back in. You know, that's
a one-way ticket.
But listen, hey Pat, how you doing, buddy?
Sorry about it.
I'm doing great, Gary.
Good, man. Listen, I just wanted to give you, and this is not a fish report, but it's actually some suggestions because I know there's a lot of folks in your listening audience who are music lovers and classic rock lovers. And, you know, I get to see, since I'm here in Nashville, I get to see a lot of shows before they come out to California. And I just wanted to give some suggestions. And I know, Pat, you love rock and roll. And the San Diego County Fair this year has got Peter Frampton and Cheap Trick. And those guys sound better than ever. Make an effort to go out and see them. Also, if you're a country fan, the band Little Big Town is also going to be at the San Diego County Fair. The Doobie Brothers, who I saw last week here, are in let's see, where are they? They're in San Diego.
Humphreys,
at Humphreys, yeah. I mean, a little pricey
I've seen
for
them
the
at Humphreys.
tickets.
They're great.
Yeah, on Wednesday. But the show that you guys got to go see, and trust me, bucket list, best show I've seen in years is John Fogerty. And Fogerty's playing up at the Hollywood Bowl, and it's the best rock and roll. He's singing better than ever.
Yeah.
You hear the songs. So just some suggestions.
And Hollywood Bowl, such an awesome place.
That's a cool spot to watch a show. Yeah.
But I got to tell you, he's singing and playing as good as he's ever played in his life. And Kenny Aronoff, who played drums for years with John Cougar Mellencamp, is playing drums with him, and it's well worth your time to go see him. He's my pick. So.
How old is John Fogerty? My gosh.
He's 89, and he comes out with a walker, but no, he's going to be 70.
I was going to say, he's got to be like that, kind of that same age of the Rolling Stones.
But he looks great, and, you know, he sings, you know, his butt off. I mean, and he's singing the tunes in the same key, and then you're sitting there, and it's like you're listening to a soundtrack of your youth when he goes to the song.
But Gary, more importantly, does he fish?
That I don't know.
Okay. We need to get him out fishing.
He should, because it's on.
Yeah.
But listen, guys, always good hearing you, and it's absolute torture.
I'm sorry. Gary,
I can't. I know.
Yeah, but you know what? We're going to really miss you. Of course, we have I'm going to rub it in a little bit harder here on Hurt. We're going to really miss you down at Rancho Leonero a week from today. We're going to have our Let's Talk Hookup tournament, and of course, in the past, the Dorados and Gary and came down there and serenaded everybody on the beautiful deck at Rancho Leonero. That was a memory that will never go away for sure.
Hey, did the baby come yet?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, John Ireland is on the show tomorrow. I'll probably talk a lot about Jeannie's new baby and Jeannie. He's a grandpa, so
Grandpa Ireland's on the show tomorrow. Nice.
Grandpa Ireland's on the show. So you might have to call again.
Hey, listen, good talking to you guys.
Yeah, Gary, Thursday Night Fishing Club, always a pleasure.
All right, brother.
All right.
Bye.
See you later.
Hey, well, the phone lines are absolutely packed up. I know everybody's excited to talk to Pat. How about we talk to Lori Ann, calling from Hawaiian Gardens this morning. Good morning. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
First time caller, long time listener, also by marriage. I heard that last week.
Thanks, Larry.
My husband actually hushes me if I start talking to him during the show.
Oh, great. Well, thanks for listening.
But, he mentioned something about you guys were talking about the Wicked Tuna trip with Paul.
Yes.
He just makes me laugh. I love hearing his laugh. And so could you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, it's a benefit for Friends of Rollo. It's going to be June 16th and 17th, and the one there's two boats. It's called Tuna Wars, and the two boats are going to compete. Team Hard Merchandise are going to be aboard the Eclipse, and that's sold out. But Team Wicked Pissa with Captain Paul Hebert, who's just a great guy, are going to be aboard the Tribute. And they're both out of Seaforth Sport Fishing. They leave on the evening, Tuesday evening, the 16th, fish the 17th, and back on the night of the 18th. Fish the 18th and back on the 18th. So largest combined weight of 3 tuna are going to be the winners, declared the champions of that. Tickets are $1,000 a piece, and like I say, all the money raised goes to taking kids fishing. So if you want to go, you can either email Jim at rollokids.org, or you give him a call would probably be a better call, would be 949-285-8819. 949-285-8819. So that's the detail.
Thank you.
All right,
Lorianne.
Hope you can get on the boat. Thanks a lot, Lorianne. And if you can't get on the boat and you want to come and meet Paul the night before at the Valley High Restaurant in Shelter Island, we're doing the Meet the Captains. It's going to be from 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Going to be great silent auction, raffle, the whole deal. And you get to hang out for 2.5 hours with both captains at the Valley High, and that's $25. And you can buy tickets at rollokids.org for that. Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
All right, next up, let's talk to Mike. Mike's calling us from El Cajon this morning. Good morning, Mike. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hi, Mike.
Morning, guys. Nice talking to you again. Thanks for taking my call. I wanted to thank Pat for a great magazine, but you know what? You know the only thing wrong with the magazine is we need to get that magazine in every doctor's office in the state. I mean, you go to the doctor's office, you get an appointment at 9 o'clock. You know you're never going to see the doctor at 9 o'clock. And the only magazines that are in there are for women. I'm trying to tell the doctors I go to, hey, look, you need to get a man's magazine here. You know, we like our meat and our potatoes.
I love that idea. Love that idea. Yeah, I'm tired of reading Vogue and People, when I go in. Yeah.
You know, if all the listeners, when you go to your doctor, tell them, hey, look, you need to get Western Outdoors News magazine here because we don't want to know what the chicks are reading. You know, we want our meat and potatoes.
There you go, Mike.
All right. Well, maybe you should call Bob and get a job at Western Afternoon News, and that could be your new career.
Yeah, either.
Getting every office to have a copy of Western.
I like, man.
What do you think?
Damn right, man.
All right, there you go.
Make it happen, Mike.
Call this morning. Hey, I want to remind you, this portion of the show sponsored in part by Fisherman's Processing in San Diego. Summer fishing means it's time to call Fisherman's Processing, like we were talking about earlier. If you're on a private boat, call them the day before you go and make arrangements to drop your fish either at their dock, which I do a lot, or after hours drop. You can get a tag, a lock combo, and put your fish in their slush bin, and it'll be ready the next morning for you. Friend them on Facebook or check it out, fishermansprocessing.com, or just give them a call for more details.
That's it, man. That's the beauty of Fisherman's Processing is they take care of you no matter what you do. They're very accommodating.
Yes, they are. I want to mention a good buddy of ours, Bob Aronson.
Sure.
From Angler Management. I know, Pat, you work a lot with Bob. He's just a super guy. We have a Let's Talk Hookup trip with Angler Management next Saturday, June 9th. It's a 4-pack. It's really, excuse me, not next Saturday, but it's next week.
On the Scout.
On the Scout, the 4-pack Scout. And you've been aboard a Scout, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What a boat, huh?
I fished on it in the Bay tournament, which it's an overkill for the San Diego Bay tournament.
Yeah.
But no,
what a great boat for offshore.
It is gorgeous. Yeah,
perfect for chasing these bluefin too.
Yeah,
right.
And he's good. He's a great captain, and he'll find the fish.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a week from Tuesday, June the 9th. It's a 3/4 day trip, and it's 4 people only. So if you want to go with Bob and go catch some fish, check it out on our website. It's on our trips page, hookup1090.com on our trips page, and just check out that June 9th Angler Management trip, or give him a call. Give Bob a call at 760-310-7802.
The beauty of a boat like that and a trip like that and how Bob fishes is everything is an option. They're basically going to go fishing and make whatever the best opportunity is possible. That might be yellowtail, that might be bluefin, that might be calico bass. It's just everything is an option with a boat that's that fast and that comfortable and holds that much bait. Everything that's going on right now is an option on a 3/4 day trip like that.
You bet.
I want to mention he won the first San Diego Open that we had 2 years ago.
Oh, nice!
And they went out. Yeah, they ran down to the down to the pens, or even beyond that, and they came back and they ran quite a ways.
Well, that's the kind of fisherman he is.
Well, this year I don't think we're going to have to go that far for the bluefin. But,
no,
that's the kind of guy.
Sound like
he will run fast
there.
and far for the fish, and he's a great captain. So he definitely booked that trip.
I know one thing we were talking about too that we haven't had too much of a chance to mention was that sport boat tournament that you guys are doing. You were telling us about the break. I thought that was a really cool idea. If you want to participate in that tournament atmosphere, don't have your own boat.
Right.
Guys got a cool event coming up this year?
Yeah, we do a couple of them up in the Channel Islands area, and they've grown every year. And so Connor Johnson, our new sales guy here for San Diego area in this Southern California, he I suggested we should do one down here. And so Franklin City down at H&M Landing, we've arranged for a 3-boat tournament. It's called the San Diego Offshore Jackpot. It's a sport boat tournament. It costs $300. There's 3 boats. Is the Ranger 85, the Constitution, and the Seeker, limited to 30 anglers on the Ranger 85, 23 on the Constitution, and Seeker has only 21 anglers. Basically, it's going to be, you leave on June 30th and you come back, and the fishing basically is July 1st. So
wow.
It's a one-day
Good
tournament.
Time.
And when everybody comes back, and of course there's money in it. $840 for first place, $420 for second, $220 for third place. So basically, it's jackpot money awarded to the biggest fish. And then there's prizes for yellowtail, tuna, and dorado. That's what you're going after. So it's not like you just get off the boat and they give you your fish and you go home. There's also a party afterwards where we're doing raffles and drawings and giving away the money. And it's kind of a fun deal.
That's
we'll have
cool.
tents and kiosks. We'll have a microphone there, and Connor will be running it. With Bob Semrell will be coming down. He does a lot of our charters. So those guys will be running really a fun event. So Frank or City and the guys at H&M Landing, this is the first time that we're going to do it, and we hope to grow this thing. Yeah. $300. It's limited load. It's going to be July 1st. You get on the boat the day before on June 30th. So
how do you get in?
Well, you just got to call Western Outdoor News or go on the website under events and trips, or you can just call Connor Johnson. And the easy way to get a hold of Connor is real easy. Okay, if you're interested in doing this, it's just email him at connor@wonews.com. Connor, CONNOR @WONEWS. This is kind of perfect kind of tournament, especially for guys like Don Southard, the Baracho guys, everything. The guys you literally like to get out there and fish on the party boats, and the fishing is going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, you got to think so. Hey, Jeff from Cedros Adventures is on the line. Good morning, Jeff.
Hey, Pete. Good morning, Rick. I just want to touch base. I know we're real tight on time here. A lot of good things going on. Our first trip's going down next week.
Nice.
Couple of the boats have been up to Ensenada in the yard. They're getting all refurbished and electronics put on. Adrian's made some accommodation improvements there once again for the season. And we will be at the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show at the Orange County Fairgrounds. So anybody wants to stop by, say hi. We'll be there.
That's today and tomorrow. You're going to have a booth, Cedros Adventures, right?
Correct.
All right. And now I know our trip at the end of July is already sold out, and Rick's trip in September still has a couple spots left, right?
You betcha.
Yeah.
So come on down, see us. We'll get you squared away. Jump on board. Like I said, a couple other openings. Could fill in some groups. Be happy to see you and answer any questions.
Oh, come fishing with me. Yeah, I want to go do that in September. Let's do it.
How good that fishing's going to be. Oh, my gosh. It's going to be fantastic. Well, great. Looking forward to going down at the end of July, and we'll see you down there at that festival, Cedros Adventures. You can check all that stuff out on our trips page, too. All the information on that trip is right there. Thanks, Jeff. Nice to hear from you.
You bet.
Have a great weekend. See you later.
All right. Hey, let's jump right back into the phones. Talk to Matt, calling us from Newport Beach. What's up, Matt? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, guys.
Hi, Matt.
What's up, Matt?
Out jogging this morning, beautiful overcast morning. My call originally was about the passport thing. After I saw your post Thursday night on Facebook, Friday morning made an appointment. I have an appointment for next Wednesday morning. So if you jump on it right away, you can get an appointment right away. I'm sure it'll start booking up soon.
Good for you.
Yeah,
that's great.
Nice.
That's fantastic. That's what everybody should do that does not have a passport.
That's it.
Yeah, I have several trips lined up in the next couple months. So, yeah, if you don't have a passport, just get one.
Get on
Good
it.
idea.
Good call.
Yeah, that's a great idea. All right, Matt. Well, thanks for sharing that with us. And how did you find the information on that phone number?
Just online. There's a state.gov, and, there's a bunch of websites. They want $90. They'll rush you to you plus the fees and all that. So it's going to cost you a couple $100, but just go down. It's down in San Diego. The one in L.A. required, if you need a passport within 2 weeks, they required either a death in the family, business purposes, a plane ticket, but they did not accept a boat down into Mexico from San Diego.
Yeah.
That wasn't one of their allowable reasons for having to need a passport within a couple weeks.
Yeah, but
it doesn't have that.
Yeah, San Diego doesn't have the weight.
No, you don't have to have a reason, like a plane ticket or whatever.
In San Diego, they have the ability of issuing the passport there. So in an emergency situation, they can do it. I mean, they could in a true emergency. When I was down there picking up, I had to get a passport one time because my passport that I had got put in the wash like a week before my trip. I got a passport from them in 48 hours. But I had to show proof that I'm flying out of the country. That I had to prove my itinerary to them for them to, they won't just give you a passport for no reason at time because they're basically putting you in front of other people. So if you show the need, they can get it done incredibly fast. But if you pay the extra fee, they can still get you a passport in way less time than just going through the post office or something like that. I mean, you can get one turned around.
But that's at the National Passport Center, and you want to make sure you differentiate between one of the passport expedite services, which are great services, but they cost you a lot of money.
Exactly. You got it.
If you need it, you can pay for it, but if you just go to the National Passport Center, either wherever your town is.
Trust me, I've sent a bunch of emails of buddies of mine, that are, hey, what do I got to do? To the there's an issuing place in San Diego. If you just type in passport issuing agency in San Diego, it's going to pop right up.
Yeah, you bet.
We'll try and put a link up on our Facebook page or so.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
Good info. When we come back, we're going to find out what guys going 3/4 day fishing. Speaking of passports, you're going to catch some yellowtails and maybe some of those bluefin. 3/4 day trip on the San Diego. When we return, it's Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
What a tuna and yellowtail season last year. Many say the best in 30 years. Could this season be even better? Don't be caught without the right gear. Now is the time to stock up on the trolling lure that proved to be the best. X-Rap Magnum by Rapala. Every X-Rap Magnum runs perfect right out of the box. They all have extreme action and a controlled deep diving aggressive swimming motion. The large diving lip partners with premium VMC hooks and an irresistible rattle. The X-Rap Magnum by Rapala can be trolled at high speeds without rolling or kicking out at depths to 15 feet. Bottom line, the X-Rap Magnum is the ultimate trolling lure for Southern California and Baja saltwater fishing. With a textured translucent body, internal holographic foil, and 3D holographic eye, X-Rap Magnums are irresistible to saltwater game fish. Available in a variety of colors and sizes. No matter what you choose, the fish can't resist X-Rap Magnum by Rapala. Ask your local tackle dealer which is the hottest color and size and start catching more fish. See the entire line at Rapala.com. Angler Management Sport Fishing is proud to announce the latest addition to their fishing fleet. The 50-foot Bluefin will operate 12-pack trips this summer from Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. Angler Management Sport Fishing and Captain Bob Aronson have developed the ultimate charter operation. Now, 3 fine boats, a 35-foot Cabo Yacht Sport Fisher for up to 6 anglers, a 26-foot Scout for up to 4 anglers, and now the Bluefin for up to 12 anglers. Check out amsportfishing.com and book your own charter today.
My angler H2O. Like the mighty flounder, I will keep one eye on the pole and the other watching for rogue waves. I'll save water by taking shorter showers and enthusiastically celebrate Talk Like a Pirate Day. I will chat up the locals before launching in unfamiliar waters. And I will always, always wear my life jacket.
What's your H2O? Tell us at BoatCalifornia.com. The California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways reminds you to wear it, California.
Hey Seagar fans, the wait is over for premium quality pink fluorocarbon leader material. Seagar Pink Label is made from the same proprietary process and exclusive Seagar resins you trust. Seagar Pink Label is soft and supple, yet provides superior knot and tensile strength. In fact, it has 30% better knot strength than competitive fluoro lines. A portion of the proceeds from the sale of Pink Label will be donated to the National Breast Cancer Foundation, Inc. Get Seagar Pink Label leader material at your favorite tackle dealer. To learn more, visit Seagar.com.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
You're listening to the home of the Padres.
Oh my gosh, this club is playing fantastic baseball.
San Diego's sports leader, the Mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. All right, going fishing on that 3/4 day trip out of San Diego. Big winner, Mike in El Cajon. Mike, congratulations. You were going to love fishing on the San Diego.
Oh, you're going to have a great time. Thanks to Captain Ryan Bastian for that. And thank you, Pat McDonell, Western Outdoor News. Man, I learned a lot on this show about Western Outdoor News.
Well, a lot of opinions, anyhow, that's for sure.
Yeah, about the digital thing and about all the tournaments you're doing and all the events. And, man, you guys are busy.
Well, we're all busy, aren't we? And what a great time to be busy. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, if somebody wants more information on Western Outdoor News?
Well, really the way to do it is just go through the website, and then you can go from there. You can gather the information. So it's WONews.com, WONEWS.com, and it's all there. And then, we got Facebook pages and everything else, but all the event stuff is there, and all the digital information we talked about for the deal, and all of our events too. There's a listing of all the events that we do, everything we talked about here today. So
And if you missed an issue, you just go back and read an article.
Absolutely, it's very easy. That search engine on the digital deal is great. And if you're a subscriber, it's free if you get it.
Part of the deal.
Yeah, but if you just want the digital, it's $25 a year, and you can do it right there and just pay by credit cards. It's real easy.
All right, fantastic, Pat. Thanks a lot. Thanks for all the great work you do for fishermen, and thank you for listening today. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be quite a show with John Ireland from Rancho Leonero right here in the studio. You don't want to miss that. Thanks for listening today. Thanks to Adam for covering on both sides there.
Yeah, nice job,
while
Adam.
Ryan's out playing.
Thank you, bro.
And appreciate that. And we'll see you tomorrow, 7 to 9 a.m. right back here, Mighty 1090.